Hello, everybody from YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. This is Jason Rondon from JR Hardwood Floor Refinishing and Cleaning. I'm here at Parker, Colorado at this time of the day. As you can see, it's a very sunny day, beautiful outside. Also, you guys can see over there my job van. But anyway, we're here to do one of the process that more often the customer requests, which is a screen and recoat. So I'm gonna flip her up the camera and you guys can see. Okay, this is the solid hardwood floor that this house has. You guys can see. Actually, let me show you guys right here. As you guys can see, a little bit the difference between what the rock were and outside of the rock. So it's not too bad, to be honest. This house doesn't have any kind of wax. I already did the wax test, and also I'm gonna show you guys here the kind of floor that we have is very solid floor. We are gonna be moving all these plants today, of course, to do all our job, the rock. But you can see the floor right here, a little small color correction in this image that the people has. Also, this is the restroom, not too bad. Here they already moved this from the living room. Also, we are gonna finishing moving those chairs out of the way. And you can see, guys, I'm gonna zoom a little bit more. To be honest, this floor is not real too bad. It's just lack of protection, and it's exactly what we're gonna do. That is why this kind of process is very good for the people that they don't want to do full refinishing, because we can renovate all this floor and looks like a new again. Actually, I'm gonna take advantage of this video to show you guys the difference between full sanding versus a screen and recoat. My teacher, my buddy, my teammate, my mentor, he's gonna explain you guys so much better what are all the difference between both. So I'm gonna pause my video and play his video. He's currently from Atlanta, and he's gonna explain to you guys.
Hey guys, what's going on? Courtney, Truman Hardwood Floor Cleaning and Restoration. I'm out here at a client's home. They just had their floor screened and recoated. They went with a semi-gloss finish, and I'm about to get ready to apply the second coat, okay? I just want to give my potential clients who are looking to get their hardwood floor serviced. Clients call me all the time and ask, can you look at my floors? We don't know if our floors needs to be sanded, or what can you do to them? So first, guys, we are not a sanding company, okay? Now, we do have network partners that we network with. So if a floor does needs to be sanded, we refer them to our network partners that do sand floors. We are what we call a maintenance company. We maintain hardwood floors. So just like in this case, this client, the initial reason for them calling us out is they have been putting Bona on the floors, very little coatings, and it just makes the floors look horrible over time. So we came out here, removed the Bona polish, and then after the Bona polish, we screen and apply 2 coats of polyurethane on the floors. Now, these are solid floors. As you can see, they have a ventilation system in the floor, and you see that board That is a one piece, a consistent one piece of wood. So this floor can be sanded, all right, because of the board. Now, there are some engineered floors that can be sanded, and there are some that can't be sanded. But in this case, the client just wanted to bring the floors back to life, remove the bona polish, and put new protection back down on the floors. Now, why do clients, or why do homeowners, or even tenants, why do they put those products on the floors that you guys see us remove all the time? Because you typically go to Home Depot or your local grocery store and you see these products on the shelf, make your floors look like new, make your floor shine. And yes, they will do that. But unfortunately, guys, those products are not polyurethanes. They're acrylic waxes. They're very soft. That's why when you see us remove them, we're able to chemically remove those products and not screen them or sand them off. We cannot screen them off because they will heat up and they will basically clog our screens. So we have to chemically remove those products and then put the proper protection on the floors, okay? So those products, people say, well, Courtney, why do they sell them? I can't answer that, but we all know when you watch the videos, or if you have used our services, or if you're looking at your floors right now and you have been using those products, you know what they would do long term. So when it comes to screen and recoating and sanding, people say, well, Courtney, what's the difference between a screen and recoat and a sand? This is the most common question I get answered every single week. So a screen and recoat is basically when we abrade. Abrade is basically like a light scuffing, or some people say a light sanding. I don't like to use the word sanding when it comes to screen and recoating because we're not getting into the wood. A screening just basically knocks off any of the old finish off the floors, okay? It scuffs up the floors, creates these micro scratches into the wood, so the new polyurethane has something to hold on to. That's what a screen and recoat is. So basically, we just abrade the floor, lightly scuff the floor up, knock off all the old finish, prep the floors, and then put down new finish. Where a full sanding is where they go all the way down to raw wood. They usually start with maybe like a 24 or a 36 grit piece of sandpaper, which is very, very coarse, okay? Then they'll follow up with probably a 50 or 60 grit sandpaper to take out the scratches from the 24 to the 36 grit. Then after they sand it the second time with the 50 to 60 grit sandpaper, then they'll follow up with probably an 80 to 100 grit sandpaper to remove the scratches from the 50 or 60 grit. And depending on the wood, they'll then probably follow up with probably 120 grit to get the floors nice and smooth. So sanding basically is a full restoration, okay? The difference between pricing is going to be about 2 to 3 times more expensive than your screen and recoat. Screen and recoat here, like I said, this is about 1,300 square feet, $2 a square foot. Sanding, my sanding guy charges anywhere to $5 to $7 a square foot, depending on the wood, what he has to do, if he has to stain the floor, if they have to take off the quarter rounds. See these right here? These are called quarter rounds, all right? These are your quarter rounds. Usually when they sand, sometimes they have to remove those. When we screen, we never have to remove those. I went and did an estimate for a guy last week. His house was so huge, he said the sanding guy told him he had $3,600 just in quarter round, new quarter round, okay? So when it comes to the screen and recoat, our typical job usually takes us 1 day. Less than 1 day. Our average job is usually anywhere from 5 to maybe 7 hours. Like this job right here took me about 5 hours, and that's in between coats. So I have to wait for the first coat to dry so I can put the second coat. Where a average sanding job on a job like this, and it also depends on the number of crews. But let's say 2 guys are in here sanding these floors, and let's say the customer wanted to stain them, okay? And then you got to put down the sealer and 2 coats of poly. Then you got to take off the quarter rounds and put on new quarter rounds. That job can probably take average 4 to maybe 7 days. If it's one guy, it's definitely going to take them probably about 5, the 7 days by himself, okay? Now, if they didn't stain the floor, they just went natural, maybe about 3 to 4 days, all right? So there's definitely differences when it comes to screen and recoating and when it comes to full sanding. And I tell clients like this, they all have their places. Now, where I would recommend a full sanding over a screen and recoat, you see right here, you see that dark line? That's water damage. They say they used to have a dog, and it's not that bad, but sometimes I went and did an estimate this morning. Though she also had a lot of dog stains, and when the urine is acidic, so when it gets into the wood, it basically it causes the wood to warp, cup, and then it also causes those dark areas. So let's say if this whole area was like this, that's when I would probably recommend a full sanding, okay? If you have a lot of deep gouges, a lot of deep scratches in your floors, that's what I would recommend a full sanding. You can see, guys, this floor is scratch free. There's no scratches in this floor. Besides what I just showed you, this floor, this is what you call a floor that is in good condition and it just needs to be maintained. So unless they wanted to change the color of the floor, that's when you would have to do a full sanding, because unfortunately with screen and recoating, you cannot change the color. All we do again is take off the top coat and then add new protection. And a lot of times people, if you look at your floors, clients say, well, Courtney, I'm looking at my floors, no matter how much I clean them, they're just dull. They never shine like they used to. And the reason why, guys, polyurethane, it is just a protective coating, all right? Protective coatings will eventually wear off like anything else. So this is why screen and recoat is a good maintenance option to keep the floors maintained. I recommend screen and recoating every 5 to 7 years, or depending on the traffic in the house. All right, so how many people are in the home? How many pets are in the home? We did a client's screen and recoat after 3 years after they had it done once before, and they just don't want it to get have the floors get worn out. So the mister of the home, he said he noticed when everybody comes in for the garage, he noticed the polyurethane started to wear. So they called us back out to do another screen and recoat because they want to keep their floors protected, and they also want to keep the floors looking great.
Alright guys, that was the best explanation that my buddy, my mentor, Courtney Lee from Truman Hardwood Services in Atlanta can give you to show you and teach you what is the difference between fully sanding versus a screen and recoat. Also, I want to let you guys know that we are a maintenance company. We do clean and buff. That basically is when the people, after 2-3 years after they get done their floors, they want a professional cleaning to their floors to restore the shine, the beauty of the floor, and also protect it from spend more money in the future. Besides that service, we offer also wax removal that typically happen when the homeowners or tenants apply certain products like Mop and Glow, Rejuvenate, Bona, and Quick Shine. But let me tell you something. Sometimes there's so many layers of wax that basically the floor needs aggressive sand, or sometimes just replace the whole floor. But that is why we offer the process of screen and recoat, because most of the time the customer, they don't need to replace, they don't need a full sanding, and also it's more convenience because it's the kind of process that we can do in just one day. So guys, as I said before, we are a maintenance company. If you want to do one of those services that we offer, just contact us to the phone number 720-327-1127. 720-327-1127. 27. All right, guys, that was it for now. See you next time.